Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive into history. Today we're talking about some of the most pivotal battles of WWII, the victories and losses that shaped the world forever. Buckle up. Every battle is both a victory and a defeat. It all depends on which flag you fly. In every theater of the Second World War, battles won and lost determined possession of territory, resources, and the strength to keep fighting. Some victories influenced the future dramatically, while some defeats did the same. First up, we're diving into the Battle of Stalingrad. Operation Barbarossa had surged across the Russian plains, almost to Moscow's gates and deep into the Caucasus. Winter stalled the German offensive, which resumed with the spring. Hitler detached the Sixth Army to capture Stalingrad, a city bearing Stalin's name, a matter of pride and strategic importance. The Sixth Army, under General Paulus, reached the Volga River by late August 1942. They captured much of Stalingrad, but that 10% they couldn't seize, well, it became their mass grave. As the first ice appeared on the Volga, Soviet Marshal Zhukov planned Operation Uranus, a counter-offensive that encircled the German Sixth Army. By the end of November, 330,000 Axis troops were trapped. Despite a desperate attempt to relieve them, the Germans were surrounded, starving, and freezing. By January 1943, the situation was hopeless. General Paulus surrendered, and the once mighty Sixth Army marched into Soviet captivity. Stalingrad was a catastrophic defeat for Germany and a turning point in the war. Next, let's talk about the fall of Singapore in 1942. Once considered an impregnable British fortress in the east, Singapore fell to a bold Japanese offensive. British forces, poorly equipped and trained, were outmaneuvered and overwhelmed. General Yamashita's strategy relied on speed and deception. By mid-February, Japanese forces had captured key water supplies and surrounded Singapore city. Facing dire shortages and a civilian crisis, British General Percival surrendered on February 15th, marking the greatest capitulation in British military history. This defeat shattered British prestige in Asia and emboldened Japanese ambitions. Now let's move to the beaches of Anzio in 1944. The Allied plan to outflank German defences in Italy, Operation Shingle, was intended to be a bold stroke. But upon landing at Anzio, the Allies hesitated, giving the Germans time to fortify. Heavy fighting ensued, with neither side gaining a decisive edge. Despite overwhelming air and naval support, the Allies failed to break out until May 1944. Anzio became a costly stalemate rather than a swift victory, underscoring the brutal grind of the Italian campaign. Finally, we come to the Battle of Monte Cassino, another grueling contest on the Italian front in 1944. The ancient monastery atop Monte Cassino provided the Germans with a strategic vantage point. Repeated Allied assaults failed to dislodge them until a multinational force, including Polish troops, finally broke through in May. The battle resulted in tremendous loss of life and the destruction of the historic monastery, but it opened the path to Rome. Monte Cassino signified the Allies' determination and the heavy toll of their advance up the Italian peninsula. So there you have it, 4 pivotal battles of World War II, each a mix of triumph and tragedy. These battles reshaped the world and left a lasting legacy. If you enjoyed this journey through history, smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic tales from the past. Catch you next time.